On this week's show, Camila Ramon will teach strength classes and new Split Plus bootcamp programs.
Plus, new classes from Kristin McGee. Peloton is putting 4 lawsuits behind them, and much, much more.
Welcome to Pelo Buddy TV, a show for the Peloton community by the Peloton community. Here are your hosts, Amanda Siegel and John Pruitt.
Welcome to episode 196 of Pelo Buddy TV, a show for the Peloton community by the Peloton community. I'm Amanda Siegel, and I am joined this week by, who am I joined with? John Pruitt. I'm sorry, folks. I am here with John Pruitt today. Hey, John, how are you?
Good to see you. Been a minute.
And we still can't get them all to realize that it's Kenny Bania and not Bania. Maybe they'll.
We can't get Rad.
We can't get Rad. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get them. We'll get them there. Sometimes it takes a little while. Sometimes there's a learning curve with leaderboard names.
I did have a good chuckle when I saw that. Did have a good chuckle. You good? You well? Missed you guys last week? Yeah. I can't even remember. The weeks are kind of all just...
No
I mean, we're in October. How is that even possible?
I don't know. Halloween's right around the corner. I mean, it's finally starting to cool a little bit. It's 69 degrees here in Michigan. So
yeah. We have similar temps
fall,
down here in Maryland.
Season is in full. I mean, the Detroit Tigers baseball are in the playoffs. The Lions are doing great. This is great right now for Michigan sports. NHL hockey starting up this weekend. So
there's tons
of
happening.
Good sports going on. Yeah.
Tons happening out there. Yeah. Well, it has been a very busy week in the Peloton world this week. It has been quite exciting to see how much is going on. So I guess before we get started with the news, we'd like to remind you how you can keep up to date with all of our content across all of our platforms. Every episode is released on our YouTube channel. Just hit the subscribe button in the bottom right-hand side of the video and hit the notify button so that you never miss an episode.
Yes, and we're on all traditional podcast platforms, so find us there under Pelo Buddy TV if you're on the go and just want to listen to the audio.
And of course, we are on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, X. Just follow us on those platforms for all of the latest news. And now let's get on with the show.
First, let's do a rundown of the latest Pelo news.
Well, our top story this week is we have another strength instructor hitting the platform. Camila Ramon shared in her Selena Outer Series ride on Thursday night that she will be the next Peloton strength instructor, coming right off the heels of Katie Wang, who just announced a couple weeks ago that she was going to be on the strength platform as well. Camila shared that she will have her premiere sometime the week of October the 14th. They have not given us a date yet, but if you stay tuned to Pelo Buddy, you know that we will share with you as soon as we know when her first strength workout will be.
I mean, I'm excited, but don't you feel like she's kind of stretched a little thin at this point?
Yeah.
I mean, especially with the tread, which, I mean... those classes aren't very frequent.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah. I do think so. And yeah, she wouldn't have been someone actually that
she does classes in Spanish.
Correct. She wouldn't have been someone that I don't really work out with her much, but I don't think she would have been someone that I would have pegged to have been a strength instructor. But then again, I didn't expect Katie either. I know she did her boot camps, but I didn't expect her to be a strength instructor either. So, they continue to surprise us, and of course we will support. So yeah, kudos to Camila, and I guess we'll look out for her first class and see how that goes. I got to tell you, I've been really impressed with Katie. So
on the strength, I know I've been meaning to do some of her first classes, but I've been all about Rad lately.
That's awesome.
I always
That's
try because
awesome.
I feel like I always miss his live classes, so I've been making an effort to do more strength in general. So
nice. Yeah. I've been a little weak. I did Katie's classes and then kind of dropped off. Yeah, been a little weak this past. Was busy this past week with our Jewish holiday, etc. But yeah, we definitely have to pick up that game and continue to keep moving forward.
I've had to do more actual strength classes because of the complete lack of tread bootcamp content that is on the schedule currently, which is a complete travesty because we went from like 6 days a week almost to having live tread bootcamps to almost zero.
Well, we have some exciting stuff to share with you this week, so which you're about to share. So maybe that'll get your strength game back up.
Well, yeah, some bootcamp news here. So Peloton has released a new style of split strength training programs along with a new bike bootcamp instructor. So the new Split Plus Ride program and classes is an evolution of Peloton's traditional split strength training programs, which has been they've been releasing periodically over time. So now instead of just traditional strength classes, the Split Plus Ride programs are a 1-week program of bike bootcamp classes. So you've got the strength portion of the bootcamp focusing on one particular body area, and then each class will see a strength segment followed by a cardio segment on the bike. So it's in the program. I was looking for it. I was kind of, it's in programs. You have to go there and sort of hit enroll, or I forget what the actual activate or join. Join. Yeah. But along with this new style of program is a new bike bootcamp instructor, Ben Aldis. So Peloton's released Split Plus Row and Split Plus Run classes as well, worth mentioning. So while Cliff Dwenger has been teaching bike bootcamps now for a while from Peloton Studios London, he was the only instructor over there that was doing bootcamps, I believe, since 2022. But now we'll have bike bootcamp classes from Ben as well. And Cliff's were usually just in German. But so there's 2 different Split Plus Ride programs that were just released this past Friday. An English language program with Ben and a German language program with Cliff. So the format of both of those programs are similar and follow the same general structure, which is as follows. So day 1, it's a 30-minute upper body push plus ride. Day 2, it's a 45-minute lower body plus ride. Day 4 is a 30-minute upper body pull plus ride. And then day 5 is a 30-minute core plus ride.
Yeah, I like it. You know, Rebecca used to get a lot of questions about when do you add cardio into her split programs? And she's such a huge component, such a huge proponent of those split programs. So getting to see them now actually listening to us and hearing what we have to say is kind of cool. That we know that, because a lot of people didn't know how to incorporate and felt that they were doing too much or were missing out on their cardio because they were doing the split program. So I guess it's a way now for them to...
It's a tough balance sometimes.
Yeah. And I maybe I'm wrong, but I didn't think, has Olivia ever done strength before? Is this something new for her? Because she's going to be the tread split.
She has some old, I did some a long time ago when I first got our tread, I believe. She had a couple tread bootcamp classes in the library, but nothing recent.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't work out much with her, so I didn't think.
A few years ago, she had something in there. I'm looking. Yeah, the oldest thing. Yeah, they're from 2021.
Okay.
She's got like a 30-minute bootcamp core, a full body, a 45-minute one. But yeah, she hasn't taught a bootcamp. So
I wasn't wrong. That is something. No. Yeah, that's kind of been reintroduced and since a while. Yeah. We'll have to try them and report back to you guys and let you know how they are. But interesting.
And while we we continue to get new content on all the modalities pretty regularly now, we have some new content from Kristin McGee. So Peloton released week 3 of their Discover Yoga collection, and this is the Twists program, and it's led by Kristin. It's described as follows. It says, join Kristin in week 3 where we explore all variations of twists. These are the first new classes from her since she left the company over the summer. I would think this is probably going to be it. I don't unless they have additional content. This is probably the last of the content that she recorded, before her departure, I'm guessing. But she has mentioned in recent weeks and months how she is open to returning as a guest instructor. So you never know. We could see her actually teaching in a live format again at PSNY. So one thing to note about the program, it's actually found in the collections area on the Peloton app. So there's no badges. You don't have to officially opt into any program. This has been ongoing since Peloton first announced their Discover Yoga program in early September, and it will end up being 9 different week-long programs, each week led by a different instructor.
Yeah, I love it. I did a DT's week, and it was fantastic.
What was that one? What was that theme?
That was, now I can't remember, because then I did Mariana's, which was, hers was Sun Salutations, was the DT. And then Mariana had standing poses, which I attempted to start and just again haven't really been much in the in the working out realm these last few days. But yeah, that was the other one. So yeah, I think it's nice that there's this content, and what I like about this particular series, if you'd like, is that it kind of takes you back to the basics. So if you're unfamiliar or you're just not sure you're doing things right, especially for me, who's just a kind of a newbie at yoga, I've only been doing it a couple of years now, through Peloton, it gives you that feeling of I'm doing it correctly. So I'm looking forward to finishing up Mariana's and doing Kristen's. I think that'll be nice. Yeah, she's very busy on social. Kristen, you tend to see her. Interesting, because as busy as she has, Ross is like quiet. We haven't
seen word one from him.
Boo from Ross. I miss him so much. All right. Well, moving on, Peloton's October 2024 artist series lineup has officially dropped, with 4 new artist series featuring music from Selena this past Thursday, October the 3rd, which John will share with you. And then upcoming, we have, which I'm really excited about, Enrique Iglesias. He'll be next. I believe it's October 17th that his artist series will drop. Gabrielle, October 25th. And I am embarrassed to say that I am not familiar with Gabrielle, so I need to do some research.
I'm not either.
And then Shawn Mendes, Halloween, October 31st. So some of the classes to look forward to. Mariana will be doing a 30-minute Enrique Iglesias run. Bex Gentry has a 30-minute Shawn Mendes run. And Hannah Frankson will be doing a 30-minute Gabrielle ride. For a full list of the live member classes that have already dropped in the booking schedule, you can head over to pelobuddy.com to check them out. We also anticipate, as always, that classes will drop in the on-demand library and as premieres. So definitely look out for those. Also, while not necessarily a full artist series of classes, Cody Rigsby will have a Brett live DJ ride on Friday, October the 11th at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. While there has not yet been an official announcement pertaining to this class, this could hint the class playlist will feature Charlie XCX's Brett album.
Right.
So something to definitely look forward to in October as well.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't had some live DJ classes in a while, but we just had one, I think, with Adrian this past Friday, live DJ run. They seem to always do them Friday evening.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see John Michael back in the rotation at PSNY, especially with Cody, because those are really entertaining.
Fun.
Just the back and forth banter between those two.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, on the heels of the 2024 All for One Music Festival, which wrapped up this past last Monday, Peloton gave us their next artist series, which featured iconic Latin singer Selena. And Peloton shared the news last week via Instagram saying, our celebration of Latin and Hispanic Heritage Month reaches new heights with an artist series devoted to Selena, the queen of Tejano music, now and forever. And the series began this past Thursday, October 3rd. We got 7 classes across 5 modalities with classes in both English and Spanish. There were a couple of classes that were pre-recorded, but the majority took place live. And those classes are as follows. We got a 20-minute yoga flow with Mariana. That was in Spanish. A 20-minute core strength with Tunde. A 20-minute yoga conditioning with Mariana. 30-minute ride with Jess King. A 30-minute run with Robin. A 20-minute Selena row with Ash Pryor. And a 30-minute ride in Spanish with Camila.
Yeah, nice, fun. That's always a great artist to get to work out to, because the music is just so vibey.
I know,
so vibey and fun.
The people were rather disappointed that Robin got the run. It's just like whenever she gets an artist series, the Robin negativity comes out. Well, I just hope she got the lyric. I just hope she got the lyrics right on this one.
Wait for it.
Got to redeem
I'll
herself.
Have some positive Robin stuff later in the show. So,
okay.
All right. Well, Chris and John shared with you last week that Keith Urban kind of just dropped by PSNY and just happened to do a concert in Hannah Corbin's ride. But Kane Brown also made an all-for-one appearance. He gave an intro before Dennis Morton's ride and was right there in studio with Logan Aldridge taking his strength class live with other members in the class. So definitely fun to see artists, right there in the studio with members.
He was just bouncing around from studio to studio.
So fun, and so cool that they're able to do that.
I'm
I was
totally unfamiliar with the music, but the ride with Dennis, I did that live. It was fun.
Yeah, I'm not familiar either, but I think there was 1 or 2 songs that I heard was like, oh, that's Kane Brown. So I've obviously heard it, but just never kind of put the two together.
Yeah, it's country.
Yeah, exactly. I was kind of disappointed that Shakira didn't pop up in Mariana's flow when we did, because it's such a cool class. I was there live for that last weekend, and it was just so fun, so fun. So I was disappointed about that. And then across the pond, PSL is celebrating UK Black History Month throughout October with some special classes. The classes are divided into 4 unique categories: Black Around the World, Black British Radio, Oldies But Goodies, and Afro Alternative Hits. Some of these scheduled classes include a 20-minute Black Around the World with Justin Thompson Rule. That happened today, October the 6th. There is a 30-minute Oldies But Goodies run with John Hosking on October the 8th. On October the 12th, Hannah Frankson has a 30-minute Black British Radio ride, while Jermaine Johnson will do a 30-minute Black British Radio walk plus run. On October the 13th, Cliff Dwenger has a 30-minute Black Around the World ride. More classes are expected to be added throughout the month, and these will also be included in Peloton's Black History Month collection that's on demand. So if you're looking for classes, that's something fun to look forward to.
Nice. Well, Peloton had this week at Peloton of highlighted classes for the week of September 30th through October 6th. So first up is Maximize Your Row Workout with Alex Karwoski's 20-minute max out rows. The first official class that was available on demand, it was dated September 16th. And then next up, celebrate German Unity Day. Thursday, October 3rd, instructors Asal, Cliff, Eric, Marcel, and Mila taught an all-new Move as One strength class, which was a 45-minute strength that debuted as a premiere on the live schedule. Last year saw a Germany Unity Day ride, as well as a run. It's not yet clear, though, if the strength will be the only class for 2024, so stay tuned. And then also this week, you can enjoy Bradley Rose on his 20-minute medal ride from Friday, October 4th. And lastly, Chelsea Jackson Roberts taught a 45-minute live gospel yoga flow this morning, Sunday, October 6th at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. And she is going to continue to teach a monthly gospel yoga flow on the first Sunday of each month. Her first class debuted on Sunday, September 8th at 9:30 a.m., and that was a 30-minute one.
Fantastic. She is just glowing. I got to be in her class as well this past week. We did the Billie Eilish, I did the Billie Eilish Artist Series flow with her. And she's just glowing. I said it to her. I said, wow. I said, motherhood has definitely been positive for her. She's, it's amazing to see. So beautiful to see. All right. Well, this past week, the Peloton Jewish community celebrated the Jewish New Year, Rosh Hashanah. So Shana Tova to all of those that celebrate. Peloton released a special 30-minute Jewish New Year ride with Robin Arzon in honor of the high holiday. The class was made available on demand on October the 2nd, which also happened to be the start of the new year, with the first night being on Wednesday night. It focused on reflection, renewal, and growth, aligning with the themes of Rosh Hashanah. Robin shared her connection to Judaism, having been bat mitzvahed in Israel. And it was really lovely to hear her just give her perspective of being Jewish and what it means to her. I thought that she had married Drew and converted because she married Drew. But from what it sounded like is that one of her parents might have been Jewish or is Jewish, because it sounded like she actually was affiliated to the religion prior to marrying Drew.
And she was bar mitzvah, I think someone
said. And she had been bat mitzvah, as I said, in Israel. So that was interesting for me. I did not know that. So it was really,
Yeah, I thought Jen Sherman was the only Jewish instructor.
Yeah. Well, I know Anna Greenberg has her father's
Anna.
Jewish. Anna Greenberg, his father is Jewish. And I know Bradley Rose has some Jewish heritage in his family, Jewish ties. Interestingly, this was really interesting, Peloton initially included an Annie Lennox Eurythmics song, Sweet Dreams, in the playlist.
Great song.
But after member concerns regarding Annie Lennox's past comments, which do not align with the Jewish community, the song was replaced by Sugar by Maroon 5. The change was made possible due to Peloton's ability to record music and instructor audio on separate tracks, allowing for easy edits. Having taken the ride with the Eurythmics track in it, because I did do it first thing on Wednesday morning. My first response was, I thought Annie Lennox was a little anti-Semitic. I'm surprised she was in there.
What's the controversy with Annie Lennox? Because this is the first thing I was hearing when someone mentioned her and anti-Semitism. She's made comments about
You know what, John, I'm not even going to go into politics of it, because it's just, it's just different
things that she said about
I think she's aligned
Gaza
herself. I think so. I think from what I'm understanding, there's been some, and everybody's so super sensitive to all of that, that I think it was just something. And I did. I mean, I'm so bad at music and really don't know who's on the right side of what. And of course, everyone's interpretation is their own, and I respect that. But I did know, and then I started seeing comments coming. So when I mentioned something, I think I'd mentioned something in our group chat and then saw that it was changed. I was really impressed, I have to say. I thought that Peloton did an outstanding job in the way that they edited, because Robin had actually even mentioned Annie's name in the ride, and correlated kind of like the sweet dreams to being the sweetness of what we look at in the new year. It's all about a happy, sweet new year. You're looking at the birth of this kind of new year. And they were able to edit it spectacularly. They threw in Sugar. She spoke about apples and honey and the kids eating apples and honey, and that was kind of the sweetness from, what she used in Sugar.
So this is interesting. So you take the ride now, they've added in the Maroon 5 song. So when Robin's talking about Annie Lennox, they add in just a vocal track.
Cut out what she said. So they were able to edit what she said specifically about Annie Lennox, and then continued.
But how does everything match up time-wise?
It does, and it was brilliant. I mean, I just watched it on, because I needed to see, because I had actually done it, seen what she had said, and I was like, how the heck are they going to take out what she said and put it in? Go do the ride. You'll get some introspective there into Rosh Hashanah.
They could do that. If they could do that, you could think of what they could do to fix the TTPT ride.
Well, I was thinking that, and then I was thinking too. I mean, look at all those amazing classes that were pulled off the platform because of Kanye West, and the controversy behind him. Maybe they can go back in and put in other songs there.
No, but I feel like they've quietly sort of we have songs now with Kanye in them currently.
Have they? Okay. Yeah. And again, I'm so bad at music that I don't know. They don't make a big deal about it. But
I think Kanye
it was very
back
interesting.
On the
the point being, I was beyond impressed. That Peloton listened and changed it so quickly. To me, that was just remarkable. It was literally within a couple hours. People were complaining, the ride went on, and they were able to do this. So huge shout out and kudos, to Peloton for that. Just
Impressive.
to finish kind of the thought about this particular ride, it is in fact the first ride that Peloton has done specifically labeled for Rosh Hashanah, and this follows other efforts to highlight Jewish culture, including the Jewish American Heritage Month classes that they had a couple months ago. So I think it's nice. We're a strong community. We're very vocal, and this past year has been tough for everybody in the community. So I think it's been really welcoming just to know that there's, a little bit support. And again, not from a political perspective at all. It's been a tough year. There's no question that, it's sad to see anybody going through what everybody's gone through. So it's just really nice that there's been this show of support and positivity. And you know what, folks, we're all about creating peace at the end of the day. So that's what it's all about, is just having a world of peace. And believe you me, nobody wants that more than us as a Jewish community. So it was lovely to get to see that. All right. And appreciate that I was able to share that with you guys here on this platform. So I do appreciate that. All right. Changing gears. You can be on the lookout for some UK and German instructor new thumbnails in the near future. The instructors across the pond shared on their social medias that they were all doing some big photo shoots and having a ton of fun doing it. So Ben, Leanne, Asal, Jeffrey, Benny were just some of the ones that I had seen posting their photo shoots and really sharing some fun little behind the scenes in doing so. So look out for those, definitely.
So those were all just for the new thumbnails for their
I assume so.
Classes.
I assume that's what I would assume that's maybe what they're looking at doing, and just updating
Gotcha.
pictures of them. So that was
Nice.
fun to see.
Well, Peloton appears to have sent member emails to a large portion of the community, including existing members, which caused a lot of confusion because they were basically like welcome emails to new members, but people that have been Peloton members for years that have, most of the hardware received these. So it was kind of confusing. But that just a little over 24 hours later, Peloton addressed it and sent out a correction saying, yesterday morning, if you received an email welcoming you to Peloton, but we know you've been a part of the Peloton community for a while. We're sorry for the confusion. There's no action needed from you, no change to your membership, and you won't incur any additional fee. There were slight variations of the email sent, although most have the subject "Welcome to Peloton," but wasn't a hack of any sort of Peloton. It was just rather a marketing email that was sent to the wrong portion of the Peloton's email database. So somebody just probably clicked on, the wrong segment or added that in by accident.
Yeah, I got one.
I didn't get the welcome email, but I got the email that said, "We're sorry."
Okay. Oh, interesting. They must have sent that to everybody. Right. Yeah, I got one about the row. And I'm like, had it for 2 years.
That's because you don't use it.
Are you trying to give a dig here to say use it? Exactly. Although I have been. I have been using it, John, and I'm loving it. I did my first 20-minute row with Alex K the other day. And so I'm getting there slowly but surely. Not using it as much, but I have been using it. So I'm excited about that. All right. Well, moving on, Peloton is offering an exclusive discount for Lululemon members on the Bike Plus and Treads. Lululemon members who joined before September 27th of this year can receive $500 off the Bike Plus. But to note, these are the packages. So if you're buying a package, it does include the discount. It's $500 off Bike Plus packages and $300 off Tread packages. The original Bike, Tread Plus, and the Row are not included in this offer. So it is just for those purchasing Bike Pluses and regular Treads. The promotion will be available through October the 17th. The discount is part of Peloton's strategic shift away from frequent hardware discounts, focusing instead on maintaining premium pricing. If you are interested for more details, you can visit the dedicated offer page.
All right. Well, some lawsuit news. So Peloton got a proposed class action lawsuit dismissed recently. It appears to be the second time they actually have had it dismissed. The lawsuit originally claimed that Peloton defrauded shareholders by concealing how demand for its home exercise equipment, which surged during the COVID-19 pandemic, was declining as vaccines became available and gyms began to reopen. So that was dismissed. In addition, Peloton has submitted to a judge approval to settle 3 different class action lawsuits related to old lawsuits. They're in agreement with the people suing them, and they just need the judge to kind of approve the settlement. So this would settle 3 different cases simultaneously. They're all related to shareholder cases targeting Peloton executives, Peloton executive stock sales, and statements about its treadmills. The 3 lawsuits, which were filed in 2021 and 2022, stemmed from dozens of injury reports involving the Tread Plus, which allegedly suffered from dangerous design flaws that gave it a tendency to trap and drag children and pets. At least one child, as you know, we reported on some time ago, died in a Tread Plus accident. The suit said Peloton's top brass downplayed the problems while selling nearly $500 million worth of stock based on inside information that a recall was imminent.
Interesting. All right. Well, we bring you everything. We always share everything with you. So
good and bad.
We haven't done much about lawsuits recently. So we wanted to just kind of update you on that. All right. The Peloton Studios booking website used to schedule the in-person classes at PSNY and PSL went down on September the 30th.
Oh, no.
Users encountered a black screen without any error message. The issue started in the afternoon. It was resolved around 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
This was on a Thursday, though.
It was not on a Thursday.
Okay.
It was not on a Thursday. So I guess it was just folks.
So mass panic and hysteria probably didn't ensue as much.
Correct. Yeah. Okay. But we like to report everything to you. Yeah. The outage affected users trying to claim spots from wait lists, though. So, and you only have that 2-hour window to secure that, your spot once you get notified. So those who received emails about available spots during the downtime may have lost their opportunity to book. I haven't heard, anybody screaming about it, but there was the potential of that happening. The incident did follow a similar issue a few days earlier when members faced problems booking classes or signing up for wait lists. So they're obviously working on the website, but that was something that, people were definitely a little bit concerned about because they're such coveted spots. So you want to make sure you get whatever you can.
I know. You got a limited amount of time. Clock's ticking.
Yeah.
Well, Leanne's breast cancer awareness apparel collection just recently launched this past Friday, October 4th. And she has 2 pieces. One is a Cadent mock neck long sleeve top and a Cadent high-rise mesh inset legging. They're both, I guess they're kind of a dark violet. Is that the color?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what the color was. Yeah.
It's kind of like a purple. Other guys, more of a violet, I guess.
Yeah.
The great thing about it, because it's for a great cause, for breast cancer awareness, from October 4th through the end of the month, through October 31st, Peloton will donate 100% of the profits from the sales of this specific collection to the Coppafield organization, which is a UK-based charity, up to a maximum of $20,000.
Amazing.
To put a limit on it, but that's a great thing on Peloton to do on their part.
Amazing. And she's so proud of it, and she's been such a huge voice specifically for Coppafield. So this is amazing. Yeah. I mean, this kind of goes in line with the sweatshirt that she released last year, which also they had donated. I don't know if they donated 100%, but I think they donated some part of the sales of the sweatshirts that they had. Well, talking about Leanne, happy birthday. Leanne celebrated her birthday last Saturday, the 28th of September, as well as German yoga instructor Nico Serrani, who celebrated her birthday this past Thursday, October the 3rd. So huge happy birthday to both of them, and many, many more. All right, we'll go right into Instructor in the News, and I will kick it off. So not sure if you folks remember, but Marcelle Dinkins had a podcast that she did, but it was really done more like a kind of an Instagram live. She had it just on Instagram called Take the Hill. Well, this new season just got launched, and it is actually available in podcast form now. So you can head over to your, whatever your favorite podcast platform to get to hear the podcast. She's brought it back, and it features guests who basically share stories about overcoming any of their life's uphill battles, kind of that taking the hill and their battles. The metaphor of running uphill is central to the series, symbolizing personal growth through challenges. The first episode in the new season, as I said, available on Spotify, features her fellow Peloton instructor and my sweet friend Mariana Fernandez, who shares her journey of resilience and how moving to Mexico City shaped her path. Got to listen to it this week, and it's just a quick, fun, I think it's about 25 minutes. It's not very long. But Mariana really just shares how this was not, fitness was not the path that she wanted to take initially. In fact, she was quite adverse to being involved in sports when she was at school. But interestingly, how her path changed, and when moving to New York, started yoga and had always kind of run because her parents are big runners. Her mom's a huge marathon runner, and kind of just speaking about the battle of how figuring that path out for her, and how she eventually, was able to shine on this platform as she's been doing. So really just easy listen podcast. Mariana does most of the talking as they kind of take the hill in Central Park, which is a favorite run spot for Mariana herself. There was a little excerpt in there that I kind of caught on and posted on my social media, but my friend is quite a rebel, and I didn't know this. She was a smoker, and that was something I had. Yes. So you have to listen to the podcast.
I remember Jeffrey McEachern used to be a smoker.
I know Jeffrey was. But in all the chats I've had with Mariana, this has never come up. She does not smoke anymore. And she was always frowned upon being a yogi and a smoker and a marathon runner. But she shared that. She shared that in the podcast. And I was like, wow. That was something that was interesting. So Marcel, basically in these podcasts aims to really just emphasize the importance of tackling life's difficulties head to head and build, mental health and physical strength. The podcast will continue to focus stories of triumph and overcoming hardships with a new format, allowing for broader access for now being on the Spotify platform as well as Apple and Google coming up soon. So shout out to Marcel.
Okay. Well, good luck to Kirsten Ferguson, who just announced on Instagram last week that she is running the New York City Marathon. So big shout out to her.
Well, talking about marathoners, a very chuffed Matt Wolpers shared his outstanding Berlin Marathon results on social media. Matt ran Berlin just last Sunday in 2 hours and 41 minutes, setting a 13-minute PR. Just incredibly impressive. He shared, though, that his race didn't start off quite the way he had hoped, and he was elbowed in the face at the start of the race, which made for an interesting way to start. He also
accidentally
said, obviously. He also said that he sweated so much that his number fell off the pins, and he had to hold it in the last few minutes, in the last few miles.
His bib came off?
Yeah, his bib actually came off. So not sure how that happened. And that he had to kind of hold it in the last few miles. And then humorously, that he clearly didn't know how to drink out of plastic cups at the water stations while continuing to run. Regardless of all these setbacks, Matt absolutely crushed the race. So huge congratulations from all of us here at Pelo Buddy, because that was pretty awesome running.
And are we a fan? I noticed he's growing his hair out. I think I like the longer hair look on Matt.
I love it. It actually makes him look considerably younger.
Yeah.
So is Matt? I think Matt's in his early 40s, isn't he?
Yeah, or maybe he just turned 40 recently, I want to say.
Recently. He made a comment 41-ish? And said, getting older but crushing it. And I'm almost sure that he may actually be in his early 40s, which is interesting. Yeah.
All right. Well, Maddie Giacomo is a model for a Wicked collection at Target, for the movie coming out based on the musical Wicked on Broadway. So the costume designer for the upcoming film, his name is Paul Tazewell. He partnered with Target to put out this product line of all sorts of different Wicked apparel and accessories and toys. So it's an exclusive Wicked collection coming to Target. Apparel, accessories, shoes, home items for both adults and kids. It arrives in stores actually today, Sunday, October 6th. There's a range of items from $5 and under that are launching in Target's Bullseye Playground front of store value section, including some role play wands, some crowns and capes and totes and journals. And then there's also a doll collection that features a falba and a falba. Is it a falba?
Alphaba.
Singing doll. There's some skincare items featuring Ariana Grande's beauty line, which is available at Ulta Beauty and Target locations. So a lot of different things. Oh, some Stanley. Folks love their Stanley cups. So there's some Stanley Quencher tumblers available in 40-ounce and 20-ounce sizes. But Maddie is in a couple of photos with a Target model promoting some of the items. He's in like a Wicked shirt. That was the one shot I saw him in. I don't know if I saw him in any other model poses with any
there were a couple things.
Other
He's
accessories.
in a sweatshirt. Yeah, okay. There was a couple things. He's in a sweatshirt And it is just up Maddie's alley.
Oh, yeah. He's like massive Broadway fan. I know he loves Wicked.
And a huge Wicked fan. He said that Wicked was one of the very first Broadway shows that he went to see. And he talks about Wicked a ton in his classes. But wow, if this is something that is just so dear to your heart, to get to be asked to do something like this, I think is just so fantastic. It was very fun to see. Yeah. And just to throw out there while we're talking about Maddie, he lost his grandfather this week. So sending condolences to him and his family.
So that's why his Friday walk and talk was
Yeah, his walk and
removed.
talk was cancelled on Friday. His grandfather, he said, 95, lived a really good life. But I believe it was his dad's, his father's father that had passed away. So sending condolences from us here at Pelo Buddy to Maddie on the loss of his granddad. All right. Well, Irene Schulz, German cycling instructor, looks like she decided to celebrate her wedding to her husband, Martin. So if you guys remember, Irene had gotten married back right at the beginning of COVID. And we believe that was legally. And just this past weekend, finally celebrated with family and friends. So, as we all know, during COVID, everything kind of, the world stopped and everybody wasn't able to really do anything big. And she literally, I was having her baby and had gotten legally married back then. But this past weekend she celebrated, and we saw some fab pics from Ben, Leanne, Eric Yeager, and Jeffrey, who I believe kind of did like an officiant in a ceremony. So I'm not sure if it was in German or in English, but it was held in Germany. They were in the countryside of Berlin, is my understanding, with some just fun pictures from everybody there. She looked beautiful. And I'm sure her little boy was part of the festivities. They don't share much, they don't share much of him on social media. But there was one picture of his back that Irene had posted, just sharing what an amazing weekend it had been. And she looks forward to sharing more. So huge congrats from us here at Pelo Buddy on the official celebration.
Lovely. Well, Kirsten Ferguson recently spoke on a panel on Instagram. She shared recently, last night I had the honor to attend and speak on a panel for Wear HFC, which is Hilarity for Charity. It's a national nonprofit on a mission to care for families impacted by Alzheimer's disease. Activate the next generation of Alzheimer's advocates, and be a leader in brain health research and education. She shared from a personal side, her grandmother battled with and died from Alzheimer's, and she knows firsthand the toll this disease takes on your loved ones and family.
Wow. All right. And then you're talking about Rebecca and Andy?
Oh, yes. So Rebecca and Andy, they, in a TikTok video, which they also shared on Instagram, I guess they had to break it up into two parts on Instagram because the time limit there on Reels, but they shared more about details about their wedding. And Rebecca had shared that they actually had two weddings 3 weeks apart. So the first one was the traditional wedding with close family only, which was in Cape Cod, which is where Rebecca's originally from, just for close family with, at an outdoor sort of venue there. And then they had the more recent one, which they didn't really, I don't think they've shared anything from the first one in Cape Cod that I saw, but the one that they shared pictures and posts from was from the Festival of Us, they called it, which was the one that took place recently in Italy, for all their close friends, which was basically a week-long festival of events where they could all, sort of connect on a deeper level. So that was, people were wondering, like, were her parents there? They were all like questioning, like, why weren't, they didn't see any relatives. It was just, Peloton friends.
I questioned. I was pleased that they said something.
Because I remember a while back, I was like, oh, I'm sure you're going to have your wedding, your ceremony reception in Cape Cod somewhere. I was thinking maybe Chatham, Cape Cod at the Chatham Bars Inn, and she was kind of quiet about that. Yeah, never said anything. So there it is.
Yeah, it's a fun way to do it.
Yeah.
I know Leanne did it into different events as well. Leanne and Ben had their, one with their family and the civil ceremony, and then had
you got to make the family, the parents, the in-laws happy with that sort of traditional.
Correct.
But then the destination can be fun.
Correct.
For the close friend, and not having to drag close family, on a plane.
It seems to be the way that folks are doing it now. Seems to be the way. I hope my children don't decide they want to have two.
Yeah, they want to pay for it.
No one's getting married yet, so we don't have to worry. All right, and then wrapping up Instructor in the news, Logan Aldridge was on episode 752 of Ali on the Run podcast. Unfortunately, I have not had a chance to listen to that yet, but definitely head over, to Ali's podcast, because they're always exceptional, and I'm sure Logan will share lots about his past and what he's doing with Peloton, which is just amazing. So nice. You can look out for that. All
picks
right.
of the week.
Well, picks of the week. Do you want to kick it off?
Yeah, I'll go first. So first up, Hannah Corbin's 20-minute Keith Urban ride from the 26th. A lot of folks submitted this one. Spin Bug, Spin Loving Mama, Jennifer Carroll, Bertha C. runs MD. They said production was amazing, a live concert in class. Amazing to see Keith Urban there playing and singing in the studio. And then Selena Samuelis, 30-minute Keith Urban walk plus run, also from the 26th. Bertha C. runs MD said, you can tell she is a true fan, and she always does fantastic country classes. And Katie Wong's 30-minute Shakira row from the 26th. Tabata be hitting me said, hard and fun.
Great. And then Ben Aldis's 30-minute Coldplay ride from the 26th. This one came to us from Daisy Winston. Ben was a great choice for this ride.
Yeah, did that one live. It was good.
Was good, yeah.
Yeah.
Then Jermaine Johnson had a 20-minute Coldplay run, which was outdoor audio, also from the 26th. This one came to us from our friend Rosreich712. She said, great playlist, and loved how he kept saying there will be paradise at the end, which was actually his last song. And then Camila Ramon, her 30-minute Eladio Korean ride. I probably butchered the name of that ride.
Close enough.
Which was on the 27th. This one came to us from Summer Baby and Amaja 3, who was in fact in the class live at studio. So that was very exciting. I missed her literally by a couple hours, and I am so upset and gutted that we never got to meet in person. And in fact, I do have to share this, but she had shared with me that in one of the classes, she hit a milestone, and when her name was called, somebody said to her, oh my God, you're the Amaja 3 from Pelo Buddy Picks of the Week. So she said she felt like a little bit of a celebrity in the class, which I thought was so fun and so cool. So we so appreciate her choices. She said, or they said, because Summer Baby also submitted this as a class, said Camilla did a tremendous job of keeping the AFO energy going and class engaged in a killer playlist. And then Chris must have lost some of it because it goes we even, and then I don't have any more. So I apologize on that, folks, but it was a class to take.
All right. Next up.
Yep.
Hannah Frankson's 30-minute Black Eyed Peas run from the 27th. Dippin.22 said great vibes and class from Hannah. And then Cody's 30-minute Black Eyed Peas ride from the 27th. Daisy Winstone and Tabata Be Hitting Me said just a good fun ride by Cody. Benny Adami's 20-minute Nelly Furtado ride, which was in German on the 28th. Bertha C. runs MD said the German instructors do awesome Artist Series rides. He let the music speak for itself and didn't talk over it.
All right. And then we have Rad Lopez did a 30-minute Taney full body strength class. It was from the 28th. It came to us from Tesla Puppy and Julie MJ. Great playlist, energy, and overall vibes. And I actually did it. And it was so hard, but very fun. Very, very fun class. And then Dennis Morton, his 30-minute Kane Brown ride from the 28th came to us from Ainsley R1313 and Spinny M4 iPads. They said so much fun with a great, with a fun guest appearance too, as we had mentioned. And then Samuel, his 30-minute Bruno Mars ride from the 29th. This one came to us from Kim Carve 11, and they said Sam always does an amazing job with his artist series classes.
Next up, Kirsten Ferguson's 45-minute Bruno Mars Walk Plus Run from the 29th. Alba's Liz and Kaylee Marie P said the music, the talk, the track, it was all amazing. Aditi's 20-minute Bruno Mars Pilates from the 29th. Majar 3 said she played all my favorite songs of his and encouraged dance breaks, which I appreciated. And then Mila Lazar's 30-minute Bruno Mars Ride, which was in German from the 29th. Click Star 13 said great songs, awesome vibes, fun ride.
Awesome. And then we move on to Matt Wilpers. His 30-minute Post Malone ride from the 30th came to us from Special K 13. They said awesome playlist. Adrian Williams had his 30-minute Post Malone glutes and legs, also from the 30th. This one came to us from Spin Slay A, Tabata Be Hitting Me, and B. Simon Says. They said this class does not mess around. Great 30-minute burner.
I did that one live. My quads are still sore.
Oh, really?
Like going up and down stairs. Like I'm feeling it.
I heard everybody complaining about it. Oh. So, yeah, we'll maybe miss that one. Although I do love Post Malone. And then Rebecca Kennedy's 30-minute Stevie Nicks hike, also from the 30th. This one came to us from Kathy M19 and said, it's Stevie Nicks. What else do we need to say?
Yeah, surprised that nobody submitted Jen Sherman's 45-minute Stevie Nicks ride on there. I thought that might have made it.
See it on there.
Well, anyway, keeping with Stevie Nicks, Maddie's 45-minute Stevie Nicks audio outdoor walk from the 30th. Denise Brock, Texas, said great playlist, and Maddie provided lots of insight into each song and what they meant to her when she wrote them. Fun. And then Robin Arzon's 30-minute Calvin Harris ride from the 30th. Superman Sam, 86, and Amy ASL said good workout. Good playlist from Robin. Alex Toussaint's 30-minute Nelly run from September 30th. Kim Carve 11 said great playlist to keep you moving through this run. I took that one live, actually, because it was weird. It was normally during his ride time slot, but he taught a run that Monday for some reason, but still a great class.
Nice. And then rounding up this week's picks of the week, Tunde's 30-minute Nelly ride, also from the 30th, again came to us from Amaja 3, and she said Tunde helped this elder millennial relive her college days in the Nelly ride on the 30th. My college roommate even texted me today to ask if I took the class, and we reminisced about the early 2000s. How cool. And then Bex Gentry's 20-minute hit run. This one came to us on October the 1st from Patrick 707. Said, tough, quick workout from Bex. And lastly, Logan Aldridge's 30-minute EDM run, also from October the 1st, came to us from S. Valde. Said, great playlist, short bursts, and 2-minute intervals. And that, folks, wraps up this week's Picks of the Week. All right. Well, a lot of news, a lot of info, a lot to share with you.
That's still just under an hour.
Wow, look at us.
I felt like we've been going on for two plus right now.
Right?
Those Picks of the Week.
I'm telling you, I know. Well, it was funny because I wanted to include
25.
I did want to include Robin's the Jewish New Year one. And once we were speaking about it, Chris said to me, we have 20 plus Picks of the Week. Can we leave that one out? And I said, yes, since we are talking about it anyway, I will leave it out. But it was my Pick of the Week. All right, folks, as always, thank you so much for tuning in, for listening, watching, and being a part of our weekly show. We really do appreciate it, as we're about to hit in the next couple of weeks 200 of these that we've been doing over the last 4 years.
Commercial-free, ad-free episodes, which I think...
Commercial-free, ad-free.
We need to start adding some... We need to start generating some revenue on the show.
Right, 4 years into it, not a penny being paid. Thanks, everybody.
He's going to cut that out.
But we do it out of love, John, and getting to see each other once a week.
But a little bit of coinage would be nice.
Right, exactly, exactly. All right, well, with that, folks, as always, thank you so much. Thanks for tuning in and listening. And we will see you back here next week. For me down in Maryland, bye for now, everybody.
And for me here in Michigan, always appreciate you tuning in, watching, and listening. And as always, we will see you on the leaderboard. Bye for now.
Thank you for watching Pelo Buddy TV, your source for everything Peloton, by the community, for the community. Work out with us using the Pelo Buddy TV leaderboard tag, and find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Pelo Buddy. Don't forget that we have a podcast available so that you can listen to us while on the move. Just search for Pelo Buddy TV on any major platform and hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode.